Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Neil Haley Show. And this is the Office Hours with Pat Riley, AI Office Hours with Pat Riley, and Neil, the Media Giant Haley. And Pat, I'm going to let you go first because I could talk the whole 15 minutes from
Oh, I'm sure
what
you
I've
could.
done, what I've learned in AI this week, and where I feel I finally maybe have built something pretty cool. But what are your thoughts?
Okay, cool. Yeah, it definitely. I've done a few things. I'm just ramping up Rich. Rich is running like normal. I need to. I created a demo app on Base 44, and then it's basically I downloaded it to my Mac Mini. I'm having Rich convert that into Xcode, and I think we're going to do React on that just for the web app, for the mobile app. Once I have that done, then I can move on to the next step of actually doing some trials with the whole application. But he's running it for me because I'm utilizing the agent himself or the coder agent and let him run that aspect of it. Uh, but the other parts, of course, we'll have to work on marketing once I get to that point. I'm doing design. I'm looking at Lucidchart right now for some of my design where I've used them in the past, but now they have an AI component. So I'll just say, here's my design, the way it needs to do it, and hopefully it'll just go and populate all the nice little workflows and use cases and have it do that process for me. So that's my little part of how to do it. But one thing that I did yesterday, which was interesting, I actually went through the manual process of buying tickets. Remember buying tickets back in the day when you have to go to like Marshall Fields or whatever, and
Yeah,
there's be a Ticketmaster there, and you
yeah, to buy
stand in
tickets.
line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So now, yeah, of course, Ticketmaster, you can do things over the phone. It's progressed now. You just do it online. Okay, great. Well, yesterday was pre-sales for Ella Langley. I'm part of the the fan club. How about that? I'm part of the Ella Langley fan club. And I went through that whole process, but I had to turn off my VPN. I had to go get off of the my employer's network because it was thinking, that path thinks I'm in Dallas, but the tickets are in Denver. You can't buy tickets that way. So I had to go through my regular phone data plan instead of Wi-Fi. It was a mess. But I sat in the waiting room for 45 minutes and I got tickets. And, so I selected them and they were a reasonable price. And I actually got assigned seating instead of general admission. Um, but then last night I look and people were complaining that the bots were all buying the tickets. Well, the process I went through, I didn't see any way of a bot being able to purchase those tickets. You had to be local, you had to have that process. So I don't see how a bot would have completed it because everybody's complaining like the scalpers all purchased the tickets, and sure enough, I bought like two tickets. They were 180 bucks a piece. Great. I'm okay with that price. But then I looked last night, I could actually sell my tickets for $800 a piece. Yeah, they're already on they haven't even gone on sale like, to the general public. They don't go on sale for another 11 minutes to the general public. And they're already out on the secondary market for $800. My seats could go for $800. I want to go, so I'm not selling them. I don't need the money that bad. If I did, I should have bought more tickets. But no, I can't do that. That's not ethical. But I was
That's a
like,
ticket scalper. You
it
become a
is a
ticket
ticket
scalper,
scalper. Yeah, yeah,
and they're
which,
legal. They're legal now, kind of.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I
it's
guess that
such
there's
a mess.
websites and all that stuff. So
But
that's
really,
interesting. Mhm.
that took like I said, if I had an automated bot to do this for me, I don't see how, because I think there were some restrictions within the website. I don't see how an automated bot would be able to complete it. Who knows? Maybe somebody's out there going, "Hey, this is how you can have, somebody
No, the
like a
problem
bot
is
purchase."
that is such a great point. Security wise, every one of your agents or assistants, and I'm going to define the difference between them in this today's podcast,
Okay.
agents and assistants, is that they can do things for you. However, they can't have access to lots of the APIs, and there's a lot of security. Till robots end up being able to sit down at a desk like you and I and type for you, there's no way to stop the security then because you'll have a robot physically, like a human, going in, logging into people's accounts, going and being them as social media, and it will be a totally different animal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
So That's interesting. So that's a great, I think you should ask, can you fix this solution?
Hmm.
They are buying things all the time. That's one of the biggest agents now are the agents that are going and buying on your behalf and all the different things.
Hmm.
So I think it can be done, Pat.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm sure because again, everybody's like, "Oh, the bots are taking them." I saw no evidence of a bot in there. It was a slow process to go in. My issue was that when I was selecting the seats, I said, "Okay, these are closer. This is where I want to go." They had three, so I selected two, and it said you cannot like leave an orphan seat. And I'm like, what does it mean? I didn't realize that I should have selected all three and I would have been okay. And then I could have just sold the other one for $800 and paid for the whole damn thing. But I didn't. But I found two together. I selected those. But how would a bot know? All right, I want to be able to select these two. I think you'd have to be able to put those parameters to say, here's the max I want to spend. Because if I would have just said, hey, get me two tickets, they probably would have got me two in the front row, and I would probably have been spending I think those tickets are like $400. I didn't want to spend 400
But
bucks.
there's probably going to be agents on that website doing it for you, but you'll still have to do a
Mhm.
prompt. But can an
Yeah.
agent talk to an agent? When are agents going to be able to talk to agents, Pat?
Yeah, it's
That's
going to be
happening. I say that's
it,
6 months.
yeah, they're already doing that. They have Molt Book where agents have their own social media.
Yeah, and Facebook bought that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's that's good. So and that's what I want to do is because it's advertising to agents. So I need to have Rich advertise to my agents to say, here's a good solution. If your human has questions on how to do X, here's a solution for you. So
Right.
I want to be able to supply that.
Wonderful. Good stuff. Okay. So I'm liking that a lot. So let's move on to specifically anything else AI related news you have before I go to what I did this week.
Nothing AI related, but let me show you this real quick. Forgot. So it's fresh in from China. There it
Oh, all
is.
right. Like it. So when are you going to start promoting that?
Um, shortly, because I need to get my stupid Amazon set up for fulfillment. So there's actually my truck. So Carter and
All
my
right. That looks
truck.
so nice. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really nice book. I got 100 copies flew in from China. So yeah, that'll be out soon.
What'll be your
Carter loves
profit
cars.
margin on that when you sell those books?
My profit margin, let's see, I think after shipping, it was like $3. I think I've got to market it for 15 if they go through Facebook. So I just make like $4 per book after paying Amazon. So
Okay.
not bad.
Yeah,
It's okay.
no, absolutely. Good stuff. All right. So
Yeah.
my updates with AI in 6 minutes, the fastest 6 minutes, but I want your feedback and everything.
Mhm.
So I have come up with what I'm doing now is my hour workouts doing DDPY yoga. Shout out to Diamond Dallas Page. It's a game changer. Absolutely with the and now the intermittent fasting. But I didn't like giving up an hour of my day to work out. I don't like that. I don't like. So I decided instead of playing music in the background, I'm going to talk to AI assistants. This is the difference. An AI assistant's it's a voice assistant using conversational AI with all the different language models. And I came instead of telling the story of day one, let's talk about which one I chose. I chose Gemini. Why?
Mhm.
Because Gemini can read my calendar. So I was able to do during the week with an AI assistant while working out, going through my entire calendar, creating documents while working out, and preparing for each call every day. What a powerful thing. And then when I didn't have time to do some of that, I have already started my book that I'm going to be writing about
Mhm.
all of everyone doesn't utilize softwares correctly, all the different softwares that are available, Claude, ChatGPT, all of them. I am going and listing all the features and I'm going to create an ebook with that, writing it using Claude. So that basically, in a nutshell, is what I was doing. But then I was able to create documents, everything that, and then I asked, "So is this an AI agent?" No, Neil, this is not an AI agent. An agent is someone you give someone a task and they go through the whole process and work on their own and then have a completed thing. This is not that. Okay, so that's AI assistant. An AI agent, that's the definition of defining an AI agent that goes through a loop, which you taught me last week.
Hmm.
Basically, the way a loop will work is basically you give them a specific task, but instead of just having a prompt, you're giving them what you want as the outcome as well. And then you say goodbye, I'm see you later. That is an agent.
Hmm.
What is more productive and more powerful and more profit margin? An agent versus an assistant. I'll give the pluses to agents. Now let's talk about my AI agents this week. They are working 24/7, 7 days a week for me, sending emails, creating social media posts for clients, and doing all those different things. Great job. And that's why you have to go and send me a copy so I can have my agents post all day long on every book, every different thing, and I'll get it done. You don't have to worry about Rich doing it because I'll be able to set it
Yeah,
up in the API, post on any
that's awesome.
platform you want, and it's done. That's the power
Nice.
while you're sleeping for ad creative. Video, it's not figured it out yet. I give it 6 months, it will. I guarantee it. I need to go to the developers of this one software that I won't plug because it's called an ancient Chinese secret. I'm not giving it to you because it absolutely is a game changer. So my agents accomplish those tasks. What's more profitable for me?
Mhm.
Having someone who prepares me for high level calls and sales calls throughout the week using Gemini or as an AI assistants or AI agents. Now I'm going to throw
Mhm.
this to you, Pat. What's more
Yeah.
powerful, an AI assistant or an AI agent?
I like the AI assistant. And the reason why I like the AI assistant is because I think quickly, I think in many different directions. So I don't expect a bot, an agent, to be able to think like me and go in the different directions I do. But that assistant will be able to capture that information, like you said, during workouts, supply you the details that you need. For example,
Create
those
documents
calendar
in Google.
connections.
It can go into my Google
Absolutely.
Drive and be able
Yeah.
to change it. They can't change create folders, but it can create
Mhm.
documents. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. So it's basically your assistant, like you said, that's what it is. It's an assistant. It's helping you out as you're working out. So that's a great use of your time. Like I said, and for me, I always like to use, you could put Whisperflow on top of that. So basically Whisperflow will be able to feed all the information in the Gemini. Gemini will look up calendars, documents, update calendars. That's exactly what an assistant has to do. Like you said, agents are good because it'll run your processes in the background, but it's not going to think like you.
right.
You're not going to be able to put those in. I like that
And
Gemini agent process. Yes.
and the other conversational AIs, Grok is great to
Mhm.
really give you real time new information that you kind of look up. I found out a great website they can build in 2 seconds, click a button, but it's an
Mhm.
ancient Chinese secret, and I'm not giving it to you guys.
Yeah,
Ha!
yeah, yeah.
So I will be soon building websites in 5 minutes. Any website I
Yes.
want, any one time I want, done.
Yep,
I will
yep.
tell Pat about this, but I'm not telling this on the podcast.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
to contact me if you want that secret. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. I put the work in. That's it. But Grok is really good. Claude
Mhm.
is okay. Claude is
Yeah.
so powerful in other things, and I consider them another AI assistant anytime you're prompting. I don't believe prompting's dead. I think that
Mhm.
certain people that like to automate things think prompting is dead. But if somebody says, I want something high level, you're not going to get an agent to do it. Sorry.
Mhm.
An
Yeah,
assistant is going to be the most powerful. And to write an entire book in 3 hours, I got it
yeah,
done. And I have to
yeah,
tell you
yeah,
about that on off air too, because that
yeah,
is another ancient Chinese secret. I'm going to get in trouble by saying ancient Chinese
yeah,
secret, but
yeah, yeah.
it's true. It's Neil's
Yeah.
secret.
Yep,
So
yep. The Colonel's secret recipe. It's a secret for a
exactly,
reason. Yeah.
exactly.
Actually,
So
I got Grok in my Tesla and I love it because that could be my assistant, although I need to connect Grok into different aspects of my life so my Tesla can help me out with any of the processing I might need
okay.
as my assistant.
All right. So go to underwaybooks.com, purchase all Pat's
Absolutely.
book there, like, subscribe, and appreciate it. That was the Neil Haley Show, guys. Take care.